This is a rumba box and it's used as a bass instrument in many different types of music. Calypso, Mento, jug band music, country, blues, etc. We're going to show you how to make one. So these are the various bits and pieces that you're going to need to build a rumba box. These two pieces are for the sides and they are 30 centimeters by 45 centimeters. I have a couple of pieces for the top and bottom, which are 60 centimeters by 30 centimeters, and each one of these has a groove or a joint cut in the side so it can be joined together like this. So there's two of those, two for each of the sides. We've got here a handful of small nuts and bolts. These are going to hold the teeth onto the rumba box. Moving along, we'll have a piece of steel rod here, which we're going to use as the nut. These will rest against there so that we can tune it properly. For the front and back, we have a 4mm birch ply, and both of these pieces are probably 46 centimeters by 60 centimeters. We'll have another strip of that for a bit of reinforcement for the bridge. Now the bridge itself we're going to make out of this piece of ash. This is a piece of American white ash, and that's about 65 centimeters long, and we're going to cut a nice thin, maybe 10mm piece off there to make the bridge with, and then we'll go through all of the dimensions, how you mark the bridge up, etc. as we're going. The only other things you'll need is some wood glue and some epoxy resin. So all of the dimensions for this are downloadable. There'll be a link on the website, and what we want to do first of all is put these four pieces together and make the actual carcass of the box. So we've got the top and the bottom here. We're just going to put those together and run a little bit of the wood glue up the joint on both of them on either side, like that. So with the glue into the joints, take the sides that we cut earlier, and we just want to place that in there, and place that one in there, and put that one across the both of them. Now just with the glue that should hold until we can get the clamps on. I'm going to be using a sash clamp here. Sorry, it's not a sash clamp at all, it's a band clamp, I believe. And this should fit right the way around the box. I'll take that down to the bottom. And tighten it up. I'll put another one around the top. So we can put the square in the corner there, and we'll see there's a gap down this end. So we can just nudge it into place so that we'll have a nice square rumba box. Nearly. That's about it there, I think. I'm going to put a strap across here just so it doesn't move whilst it's setting. This is just a piece of scrap wood, and I'm going to screw that into the side and into the top. And belt and braces, we're just going to check it again. That's looking good. Right, so we can now leave the carcass of the box overnight for the glue to dry. So whilst the carcass is drying, what we're going to do is mark out the front of the rumba box. For the front of it, we want a sound hole about here, and we want a couple of other sound holes here. Now I have dimensions for that, but the first thing we want to do is find the dead centre of the box. So if we put a rule across there, and a mark there, and corner to corner again, mark here, that's the centre of the box. Now, we can put a guide line on that, make sure that's square at the bottom. Now we'll have a line to work on. And the centre of the hole at the top, actually we're going to make with this is a 100mm hole saw. and the smaller holes we're just going to make with this 32mm spade bit. The centre of the main sound hole is 17 centimetres from the top of the box, which makes it there. And the smaller holes are 21 centimetres down from the top of the box. So if we mark that both sides 21, and if we draw a guideline across there, and these are 20 centimetres, the centre of those is 20 centimetres out from the centre line. So we've got one there and the other one there. So very roughly, those are going to be 32mm holes, there's going to be 100mm, and that's it. Alright, so I've got the hole saw on a drill, and we've got some packing underneath here. I'm just going to position that on the mark, the centre mark for the main sound hole, and we're going to drill that out. So with the main sound hole out, we're going to take these other two out with this 32mm spade bit. Now here I'm just going to drill halfway through this, and then I'm going to turn it over and drill from the other side, and this will prevent the wood from splitting as we go through it. So there's the first one. And that's that one. Now we're just going to clean these up with a file, and that'll be the front ready. Okay. We really just want to take the rough edges off this. We'll sand it all down towards the completion of it. So just any rag on the drills can come out at this point. Now one thing we want to do before we glue the front and the back onto the carcass, which we made earlier, is just put this little bit of reinforcement on the inside of the box. So I want to flip that over. This is just going to support the bridge a little, but we don't want it right up to the sides because the sides of the box are going around there. So I'm going to mark that, give myself a little bit of leeway, and just cut that edge off. And so long as that's about, I'm saying about 2 centimetres in from either side, then that will be plenty of room. So we're simply going to glue this on and then put it under some weight and allow it to dry also. And when it's all dried up tomorrow, we can actually start putting the box together. Just position that there just at the bottom of these holes, like so. And then I just want to put some weight on that. So we've got an old toolbox here. That can sit on there, and we'll put the rest of it together once it's all dry.